My first question is, do you think what happened to your character's wife, Charles' wife, was meant to happen for Charles to develop into the kind of agent that he became?
That's a great question, Kami. I don't know how to define fate or how to talk about his discovery. I think when I thought about the character, I thought he knows it's inside of him, this strength. He has a strong moral compass. I kept saying, Charlie's a man of integrity. He doesn't know when he discovers things about the CIA what to do with them, but he knows at the end of the day he has to say something. And yes, there is something, of course, that comes with the loss of someone who you are so committed to, so passionate about, that is corazón, you know? That's, what are you gonna do? You have two choices. There's a moment where I think he understands he does have a power inside of him. It's not gonna be easy. There is fear. There's extreme fear there, but he conquers things along the way throughout the movie that as an audience member, I was watching it with an audience, and there are moments where I can sense that they're going, is he gonna be able to, oh my God, it's happening. He's pulling this off, slowly but surely. And I just love that it comes from this place of integrity and love for your soulmate, because they're two very different people.
And difficult to balance.
Yeah, but when you lose that person, the love of your life, I mean, it makes you think, what am I capable of? And you see that with people when you know, they fight for the memory of the people they lost. And in this case, it happens to provide us with a global action thriller phenomenon, hopefully.
In the movie, they say the phrase, you just can't turn into something that you're not. Do you think that it's true, or you can develop into something else?
Oh, I would like to think we could develop into anything. Otherwise, we're just born a certain way and we shouldn't try, right? Of course we can develop. Every day we learn. I mean, you get better at your job doing your camera work, I'm sure, every day. I think I get better at work when I'm on the job. Think about yourself when you first started, Cami, as a journalist, and look at where you are now. You must be proud of yourself. So, yeah, we can always learn new things. That's life. It's a progression, and sometimes we get pushed to do so. Sometimes it's inherent in who we are. And in Charlie's case, I think, to your earlier question, was he always capable of this? I'm not sure, but when you have someone that you love that much and you're willing to do anything for them, yeah, you make certain discoveries, and those discoveries can sometimes be the most explosive things inside you in the story of a film itself. It's like, not to be too poetic, but I think fireworks, right? You set them off, and then you can kind of, the best moment is look at them in the aftermath. It's not just the explosion, it's, I did that. And I think that's what Charlie has.
Really cool analogy. What do you think you have of Charles?
I don't, people think I'm quite an extrovert and I can be outgoing, but like everybody else, I like my time at home reading and watching movies, but watching movies at the cinema. I think I have a strong sense of justice and integrity. I feel the need to stand up for anybody who perhaps is in a position where they can't do that for themselves, though I don't want to be too grandiose about it. I'd like to think I have a strong moral center, and that if someone hurt someone that I loved, I would, you know, try to make sure that their, you know, memory was intact and that they were held accountable. Hopefully, you know, through the justice system. Nothing too
violent.
Nothing too violent.
And what characteristics that Charlie has that you would like to have?
Wow, these are all really good, Cami. I think sometimes we can all have moments where we just find things too difficult, and you know, there's a difficulty to persevere. And you know, I've found myself in those moments. What I appreciate about him is that he takes the ultimate moment of loss and not only finds a way to live with it, but to do something about it. I appreciate that. I want to keep pushing myself to enjoy, experience human beings, share beautiful moments with human beings, and when difficult situations arise, to galvanize one another, to discover what we already know is that as a group we're always going to be all right if we look after each other. And if that's not the case, go watch a great movie like The Amateur and Escape.
How attached do you think the movie is to the book?
I love the book. It's a really good book, and not many people know about it. He's very charming and very witty in the book, Charlie, and so I tried to incorporate as much of that as I could, even though there is a very reclusive aspect to him. It's a Cold War book, so there's a lot of things that we had to change to make it modern, but the general themes are still there, and I think we've added much more suspense and action and thrills, and he's very much a genius with a high IQ in the book. In the film, you sense that Charlie's brain is operating on a different level, and that's essentially where his muscle, so to speak, comes from. That's what I love about it. As an espionage book, it's great, but as a film, it takes on a different experience where you get to watch something, hopefully, like The Bourne Identity, but without someone who has been trained, it's someone who's thinking on the fly, who makes, I guess it makes you feel like a first-person experience for an audience.
Cool. And did you ever said like, I want to be an agent, while acting in the film?
Did I ever think that? I'm quite happy where I am. I feel very fortunate to have this career.
Okay.
Yeah. But did I ever think it's exciting? But look, here I am in Mexico City. I'm traveling, and I get to experience all those things for a certain time. It's a gift. It's a gift. I feel very privileged to be able to tell those stories. But I really do applaud the people who go out into the world and from a place of justice do those extraordinary things, and sometimes are never known or rewarded for it.
And for my last question, you played a villain, a singer, and now a spy. Which one has been your favorite?
It's so tricky. Who couldn't love playing Freddie Mercury? That was an experience of a lifetime. Getting out there and being on stage and trying to inhabit that human being is something I never thought possible. So the fact that, I even got close is a gift. But, playing Elliot and Mr. Robot was something that, was unexpected as well. I love those outcasts, those the people who feel you'd underestimate.
The Pharaoh from Night at the Museum.
The Pharaoh at the Night at the Museum, first film at 20th century. So back here with that, with The Amateur as well. And then I did this mini series called The Pacific, where we were working with Tom Hanks and Spielberg and recreating World War II for a year. And I like history, and I like representing aspects of people who go unnoticed. Except Freddie did get a lot of notoriety.
I can imagine, yes.
Thank you, Cameron.
That would be all.